not this month, but soon enough, excuse me, will come, you know, the dreaded time of the year that we all hate, which actually is going to be November 3rd when Reverend Diane is here. She tried to blame the hurricanes on me. I'm going to tell you that right off. I'm powerful, but I use my powers in a good way. Yeah, she called me and she was like, could you please try to schedule me on a weekend? We're not having a hurricane. And I said, oh, okay, so yes. So anyway, I was actually talking about, you know, when we set the clocks back, you know, everybody hates that, I think, either forward or back, whatever, just, you know. So it's that season. It's that season here on the earth, and basically I'm talking about that with a few other side notes thrown in, seasons of the earth. And this is my opinion, of course, why do we feel, I mean, usually more Americans than anything, why do we feel we have to attempt to control everything? We can't even leave Mother Nature alone. Why is it, you know, that man always has to have the upper hand? Who are we to try to fix or better the workings of Mother Nature? She's been around a whole lot longer than we have. So life goes and goes and goes, and so do the seasons. Whether we have a hand in it or not, it's going to happen. The seasons change. So why don't we just butt out and let nature take its course as it should? We follow the patterns of the sun, the moon, the seasons of our lives. You know, everybody tries to compare our lives, you know, which season in your life are you in? And, you know, honestly, pick whichever one you like and go with that. So which one are you in right now? Do you go with the flow, or do you swim upstream like a salmon? Do you try to change the actual mysteries of the earth that have been around thousands and thousands of years? Do you try to explain the pyramids? You know, do you have something of input for every natural wonder in the world? Who built it? How did they build it? What did they use? Were they aliens? You know, I mean, whatever. Do you feel like you have to have a hand in all of this around you? Do you really believe that you even can have a hand in it? You must think you're more powerful than you are then. So as a spiritualist, I have learned through the teachings of our ancestors and pioneers that we're here to learn life lessons. And they are very valuable life lessons. I believe that things flow a lot smoother when I don't try to buck the current. I know most of us have read The River of Life, and we've learned to adapt to change. For in some way, I believe all change is good. All change is progress. All change has to come about through infinite intelligence or God, creator, whatever you want to call that entity. So I just learned to embrace change and not fight it. It might not appear at the time to actually be what I think is best for me or those around me, but change it is. And it's going to happen whether I create it or it's created for me. Kind of like the seasons. Not everyone looks forward to the changes that come about on our earth plane. We live in Florida because most of us down here are sick of cold, snow, ice, and sleet, chains on our tires, you know, skidding through street lights and everything else. But hey, that's just me. I mean, if it's not that for you, you know, by all means, I'll help you buy a train ticket and go back up north. So who does like autumn, the fall? Well, most of us here do. Even though it's not like it is up north, very majestic, dramatic, brilliant reds, yellows, and oranges as the leaves change. and drop all across the ground. And the smells, even the smells of the leaves, and the spices, and the promise of cooler weather, which is really right around the corner for them. So right now, even up north, it's kind of just right. Not too warm, not too cold. But who doesn't love spring, too? The promise of things to come, new beginnings, budding flowers, grasses emerging from the chilly or frosty dew across the lands. Okay, you probably noticed I skipped right over winter. I really don't have a lot of use for that. But I guess it serves its purpose too. Snows melt, they fill the aquifers, rivers, streams. Life slows down. Hibernation takes place. If you notice, a lot of babies are born in August and September. So let's back up to fall or autumn. Most of you that I've talked to have decided that fall is the best season for various reasons. Why? Besides the cooler temperatures that we in Florida look forward to after our scorching, sweltering, steamy, sticky summer months, and that's just Orlando, which is kind of like the armpit of Florida if you look at it. So fall is the harvest. Fall is abundance, abundanza. The farmers gathered their crops. All their back-breaking work comes to fruition. In old times, it was a time of neighbors gathering together, working together to help each other harvest their crops. It was all for the greater good. If you helped them, they in turn helped you. It was a time of good fellowship, hard work, but with reward. Things were canned, stored away for the colder months to come. Autumn blessings shared among all. Who could do it all without their neighbors? Back then especially, not many. So how does that equate to us now? Most of us don't have fields of crops ready to be harvested. We have Publix and other things to share among our neighbors. People tend to be more isolated away from their neighbors, though. Is that a good thing? But fall, abundance is still here to be had. Why? Because this is the time of the year when we start looking back. Look back on the previous months of this soon to close out year. And what a year it's been, right? So, it's fall, autumn. What are we to harvest this year? Is it all the animosity and hate and ugliness that was sown as seeds throughout the year? Through Fox News? No. Or whoever, I'm not going to mention any names. Is it political rivalries that definitely highlighted our differences in opinions? Was it the division of black, white, brown peoples generated by a few wanting to poke the hornet's nest for their own gain or purpose? Were there riots, looting because of cop shootings? Is this the harvest of this year? I hope not. Fall, autumn, harvest of abundance, but good or bad, which will you choose? The pandemic was not too long ago, and I see that COVID, unfortunately, has reared its ugly head again, and is coming at us again, full strength. Seems like everybody you talk to has been touched by it lately. People coming from out of town, people leaving town, people flying, somebody got COVID, they came back. So it's out there again. And we as Americans responded to the attack upon our health and well-being. Most people still wear masks when they go certain places, when they fly, when they take public transit, when they gather in large crowds, concerts, etc. So everybody had their opinions, okay? So what have we harvested from all of that, and what's still going on? You reap what you sow, right? Did you sow seeds of division, animosity, hate, and anger towards others that disagreed with your political opinions? So as spiritualists, we know that what we put out to the universe comes back to us. It's very powerful. So what you put out comes back to us in abundance, more abundance, and not just during the fall. And we know, as Reverend Ann used to say, thoughts are things, and they're very powerful. You put them out, and they go right into the universe waiting to spread them out. And she always used to tell us, catch yourself. If you catch yourself, she'd say, I go, erase, erase, erase. I didn't mean to say that. I'm taking it back. But they are very powerful, those thoughts. And when they are expressed through our words and actions, they can have a devastating effect. So we are taught as spiritualists to be careful what we put out there, because it does truly come back to you. So let's look at the fall thing again. I know some people call it fall, some people call it autumn. What seeds did you sow the spring of this year that we're harvesting right now? Did you learn that we are all in this situation together, whether we live in this country or across the pond? It's all the same. Did you learn that we are all truly brothers and sisters, that it doesn't matter our skin tones or ethnicities or cultures or religions? Well, I choose, as a spiritualist, to fill my cornucopia, you know, those beautiful things you see in all of the fall decorations and Thanksgiving. I choose to fill it with a loving harvest of compassion and empathy for my brothers and sisters. I want an abundance of acceptance, regardless of my beliefs. And I'm definitely not going to turn to you in anger or arguments because of what you believe. I can just accept you for who you are. Not necessarily what you believe or even how you believe. Can I just love you and want the best for you because I know we walk the path toward the one Creator, infinite intelligence, God, Jehovah, Allah? It doesn't matter. I want to walk alongside of you as I help you to harvest all the good works, which I know all of you here this whole year have put out. All the kindness and compassion and sharing of all that the Creator provided for us all. There's no need for greed or envy. There's enough here for everyone. The law of abundance comes into play. And I will quote Reverend Ann once more. There's enough here for everyone. There is enough on this earth for everything we need. So you don't have to stress, worry. That's how it was designed, for everything to be here. It's here. So you don't need to be greedy or envious. Abundance of all that is good is within your reach. So I'm going to wish you happy fall harvest time to you, my brothers and sisters. If you need your barn raised, just let us know. If you need help with one of your crops, let us know. We'll do a sign-up sheet. So this is a beautiful season of gathering all that is good. And we might not have that, but, you know, we do have each other. I know most of us here do have families, but we do consider church members our family as well. So I reached out to everyone to ensure everyone had what they needed, okay? Because I knew that the church was here, the church was still standing, even though that fence back there, and we're on the list for that, know, the fence came tumbling down. I walked the property and the building. There was flooding in the back corner. The archway back there fell, and there's things all throughout the property, but we had no leaks, no broken windows or trees on our building or even fallen. There was no other area of the fence, you know, that had come down. So we're good. So we reached out to make sure everybody had power, or if they needed any kind of supplies or anything, to let us know. And that's what we try to do, you know, keep that feeling of family going strong, you know, because that's what it is. We try to help everybody that comes here. Whether you're a member or not, we're going to help you. I just don't have everybody's email address. It's mostly members and some friends. So by all means, if anybody needs anything, you know, let us know and we'll do what we can. This is a beautiful season of gathering, and it's gathering all that's good. So we have plenty of love to share and go around, and I send blessings from Spirit out to all of you. Thank you.